black people are so mad that I'm like, I accept the apology. But we support music, kill this nigga, this kill this nigga. It's not just using the N-word, but it's promoting violence against each other. Black on black crime, which to me is the worst type of...
For me, I would say, yeah, I hear that, but like that's one thing, this is another. I'll discuss this, and then I can discuss that too.
But they don't discuss this. Nobody discusses this. People that get complained about or to is usually white men. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they get to a point where like, well, fuck, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I'm tired of this political correctness. You know, when people say, let's say a black person brings up, you know, slavery. Oh my God, this victim mentality. And they're shaming victims, right? Now, victim mentality, I don't even like that word. I'm gonna tell you why. It makes people afraid or not comfortable talking about certain conditions that may have fucked them, right? Like, be strong, be tough. Like, and I believe in that. I'm gonna be tough, be strong. But let's not get it twisted. There are people that are victims, and that's not a shameful thing. Maybe it's shameful for those who inflicted those people, but for those who were victims of whatever situation, let's talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? I think it's important for people to be annoying. If you don't talk about it at all, it gets swept under the rug like it never happened. So we had this situation where they put out a compilation of every time Joe Rogan said the word nigger, right?
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, they posted it with no context.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't calling anybody nigger. He was just using the word and like, oh, Richard Pryor had an album called Nigga This or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't see why anybody would be mad at it, but whatever. Black people are so mad that I'm like, I accept the apology. They're so mad at me, but we support music, kill this nigga, this kill this nigga, is not just using the N-word, but it's promoting violence against each other, black on black crime, which to me is the worst type of...
For me, I would say, yeah, I hear that, but like that's one thing, this is another. I'll discuss this, and then I can discuss that
but
too.
But they don't discuss this. Nobody discusses this. You feel me?
I hear you.
And I'm not, listen, and full disclosure, I'm not mad at the music, because I could separate entertainment from reality, right? A lot of people cannot, especially when it comes to music. For some reason, music has more influence over people than a movie.
I've never been conflicted on it. I've always understood that there is some cognitive dissonance going on there because I thrive off the gangster rap. I thrive off it. I love it.
Gangster movies too.
Yeah, gangster movie. It gets me amped when I'm training. You know, I love it. I pump it in my car. Yeah. So there's no conflict there because I know the shit that's being said is stuff that's actually happening and it's all negative.
Right.
But I don't know. There's an entertainment to it. It's you know, I don't know. But that's one thing. Like I said, that's a subject that I would love to discuss, and I can discuss that. The Joe Rogan side of it. Okay, there was two parts. There was him saying I didn't realize I could use that. I couldn't say that word in the context I was using it. For me, if you have common sense, you know that a word is loaded, and most people will find it offensive if they hear it used like so freely, regardless of your context. So that's not me. That's me just basically saying. That's just me saying.
On that part though, do you think, Phil, non-black people should never say the word?
There's context. If I'm watching a movie, the guy's gonna say the word, but it depends.
But look, all right. So that's the movie.
I got an answer for you. I know what you're gonna say, and I know what you're asking. Do I feel that they shouldn't say it? Yes. And do you know why? Because there are words for Pakistani people. There are words for Chinese people that are offensive. My Chinese friends will use that word, the C word. Pakistani friends, I've heard them use the word. I don't use the word. And I've never needed or felt the need to use the word. If I'm talking to you about it, if I needed to make an example, if I needed to give you an example of that word being used, I would say, they said the P word. If you don't know it, then I don't know where you've been living, but you know what the word is. If I'll say, they said the C word. I'm not using the word because I know it's offensive to those people, and I don't need to say it like, oh shit, there's no Chinese people here. I'm gonna whisper it to you. What the hell? I don't need to do that. It's not like I don't have the urge to use the words. Why do people have the words to use the urge to use the words? It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
You know. So for me, yeah, it's like I don't need to use those offensive those words that these people find offensive for whatever reason they find it offensive. I just don't need to use it in any context.
Right.
So I don't.
So I have a position on the word nigger.
Yeah.
Right. Nigga, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Right. Niggas was actually a term of a king in Eritrea, Ethiopia, parts of Africa. So I'm gonna throw that out there, right? Words are not magical, right? Words are at the mercy to our interpretation or us impregnating meaning into them, right? Some words change meaning over time. We tend to use the word as a term of endearment sometimes, or to be hateful, you know what I'm saying? It's just how you use the word. Now, let's talk about white people saying the N-word or non-blacks. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me personally. I'm not saying that black people should not let it bother them. You should do what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you why I don't let it bother me.
When you say it doesn't bother you, do you mean in your own circles? Do you mean hearing it in a movie?
Period.
Do you mean...
Period.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. If someone's trying to offend me and, oh, he's just another lazy nigga or something like that, I'm going to have the same problem with that as that motherfucker's lazy as shit. He's worthless. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's not.
I'll tell you why. Because I can call a dude lazy, and my description of him is based on that behavior. When I add the extra bit, what am I doing?
Okay.
I'm blanketing.
I accept that.
Am I joining that lazy description with?
You're adding extra daggers.
With the
I take
fact
that
he is black and he's.
But here's the thing. I guess this is my position. You're right. It still don't bother me because words don't really bother me, right? Is nobody...
the thing is, it's not the words. It's not the words. If a dude says that, it lets you know his perception of people like you.
I want to know these things.
And I don't mean...
But I want to know these
lazy
things.
people. I mean...
I know.
The connection
blacks.
that blacks...
I need to know these things.
Of course.
Right? So if somebody wants to fly off and say something like that, and they're bold enough, I'm sure a lot of people say it already behind closed doors, but they're bold enough to say it around me, I like to know that, you know what I'm saying? Because it will give me the proper roadmap on how to deal with that person. And I know myself, it's not gonna be fun for that guy. And I'm not saying physical violence. This is my most lethal weapon is my brain and my tongue. So I'm really you wanna hurt my feelings? All right, I'm really gonna hurt yours. You know what I'm saying? So what I could dish back is way greater than somebody calling me a nigga. They're trying to push my button. You're trying to push my button, it's not gonna work. That's not a game that you can win with me. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. If we divorce our feelings from the word, I'm not saying don't respond however you wanna respond, but us divorcing our feelings from it, it takes the power out of it. And it takes the power out of the people trying to
You could divorce your feeling from the word, but at the end of the day, the person that used it had an intention. And normally when we get angry, when we get irate, it's because we know someone's intention. You don't even have to forget the N-word. We're just talking about disrespect in general. If you can tell that someone's trying to be disrespectful, even if it's a condescending tone, that's going to get you already. So that's what we're talking about.
But should we allow that to tug at our emotions?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I mean, you got to move. You got to move in a way where you're protecting your livelihood, you're protecting your freedom. You know, always. But yes, there are times when you have to acknowledge this guy's trying to be disrespectful.
Right.
Am I going to check him?
Acknowledge it, of course. But I refuse to let that tug at my emotions because I'm not going to make the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
But there's a difference between, rejecting the feeling and just dealing with it in a certain way. And I told you about growing up, how younger days, I couldn't even take, like I'll be walking, if someone's looking at me wrong, we're looking, like we have to have a discussion.
Yeah.
And then I got to the stage where someone's looking at me wrong, I can laugh and I can walk on.
Yeah.
But I still acknowledge the feeling. I just done a little calculation and said...
But you didn't let it tug at your emotions. Because when something tugs at your emotions, you react. And usually when you react, you get in trouble. It's not the best move. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to understand, when you say tug at your emotions, you feel emotions regardless. You don't.
No.
But you're saying whether you react.
If somebody, like now, somebody's staring you, grilling you, right? You're not going to try to fight them.
Nah, but it's going to get me. I'm going to be, in my head, I'm thinking, what does this guy think this is?
Right. But you're not going to just fly off the handle.
Nah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.